Hello, this is George Prince coming to you live again. I just want to share with you a few things and to see how cover a few little points. When you have the ability to understand this industry, first of all, most people aren't really never trained on what net marketing really is. What do? What's it all about? Who I target here? So the first thing that I tell you guys about recruiting in general is, and I want you guys to understand this. And when we, do regular businesses like offline, like real businesses like corporations or different things like that, or for marketing for a company, or different things like that. It's or venture deals or things like that. Or like a CEO of a company, like hiring new senior management and everything. So what do? How do you do that? Offline. How do you do that? And how do you raise money? How do you do all that? But you got to realize that this is all regular business. It's no different than any other kind of business. So then you got to realize that you're not in a pitching mode. You're not going to go and try to pitching business model and thing. So if you are doing that, you probably are going through a lot of pain, massive pain, massive rejections. So the thing I want to tell you is that about pitching all the time you're going to get a lot of pushback and a lot of rejection, a lot of pushback. I mean, really, people hate being sold. And if you don't realize that about now, that you just get a lot of not interested. So what do you say to a person when you walk into a person when you're in a retail line? It says, "Can I help you, sir?" And we'll just go, no. And so what you got to do is really look at the reality of from your perspective. How would you respond? How would you respond when someone asks you, "Well, how can I help you, ma'am? How can I help you, sir?" "No, I'm good. Push off photo." That's typically what happens in a retail outlet store with all of us, because really people hate being sold. So when you go and switch over to network company, and what they mostly teach you is that you gotta go into restaurants, you go to try other products, and you like them and everything, and you just tell people your story. And so for the most part, your story, you're getting a lot of pushback and everything. You're still pitching. I says, "I tried this product, it got all this oxidants in and everything. You gotta try it and everything." And they'll just be rejecting you and just be, nobody's interested. And so what you gotta understand is what strategy are you really using to really build your business? What real strategy are you really using to connect with people? That's what it's all about, people, is connecting with people. This is a people business. So first thing I'm going to tell you about people is that people will join people. This is the same thing you do with any offline business, or what we did in our construction business, or your sponsoring, or your joint ventures, or anything like that. It's the same thing you do offline that you would do when you're going to do online. So that's the difference I'm trying to show you. Like you go to a meetings or you go to trade show, but you've got to connect with people. You've got to be really good with people. That's the only way it's going to happen. So this is what I'll tell you about people. It says the most important thing about people is that, in their mind, is if you start pitching to somebody, before you connect with them, then you will always just get a lot of pushback, rejection. And so what I wanted to be able to do is to be able to reach out, to touch base, and say a quick hello. That's my goal. Doesn't matter whether I'm on Facebook or whether I'm on the phone or whether I'm on Facebook or whether I meet him in the street or whatever social media, it's all the same strategy. Gotta understand, first of all, it's the same thing straight across the board and everything. It's really simple. Secondly, this is the way that I do it, and this is the way that I run all my teams this way. It's all the same. So if you don't learn this, I'm telling you that you will not only fail at network marketing, at a business, period. You'll never be able to network. You'll never get up to financially independent. It just won't happen. So you just really have to apply the strategies. So when I'm reaching out to somebody, there's something called breaking the ice. And breaking the ice, you come to a perfect stranger, you want to break the ice. So what is breaking ice? So you want to be able to engage with somebody that you want to change your state. So you want to break the state. Is that you want to, try to go like this, or something like that, or in your video or something like that. So you take them from one point and you take them to another point. So you change their state. So that's my goal when I'm out and about connecting with people, is that to be able to change their state. So I'll tell you a fact, is that, this happens to me all the time, I realize this, is that when I connect with people, I usually get a lot of smiles, a lot of interaction, so that when they see me again, it's just like they smile and they go poof, and they just like light up like a Christmas. It's called neuroassociative condition. If they have an experience like with me, they have a smile, I'm really easygoing, they like connecting with me, is that they just, when they see me again, is that they relate to that neurologically and go poof, it's, light up like a Christmas tree. So you want to be the source of being able to be that positive personality, which is what I exude all the time. So you want to be that source of that positive thinking, positive pulsing, positive inspiration. So that's got to be at the core. It is the core as a leader to be very positive. So as I was telling you about negative marketing industry, is that this is really what is the core of network marketing, is the core development. If you want to make it to the top, it all starts with you. Core development. You want to make that income of a lot of money and everything, or any top leader or whatever business you're in. You want to be that leader that invests in themselves, and especially in personal development. That's what I've learned. That's what I teach, is a lot of personal development. It starts here. It starts in everything like that. There's a lot of books and a lot of people who preach the same thing, but I discovered this on my own. So there's a lot of sources you can use to be able to overcome your fears, step in your power, and be able to tell your story and be able to connect with people. That's how you're really going to impact them, is be able to connect with you in a positive way. This is what I'm going to tell you about people in general. First of all, the most important thing is that when I first got into the net marketing industry, is to be able to connect with people. And the thing is that a lot of this I discovered on my own. I step back and then be able to experience this, and to be able to say, hey, I'm really good at connecting with people. And I wasn't really this way, because the way I really was before is being the shy person, being the guy who stepped back and just let everybody talk. But as of the last year of personal development, and being able to reach into myself and say, I can be something different. And not really consciously thinking of it, but just really developing that way. I found I was really good at connecting with people, whether offline or offline, breaking that ice, just like I explained before. You want to change that state. You want You want to connect with people, because basically what all this is boiling down to is that you have to become a people person. Someone who develops relationships with people. Because if you aren't, you're never going to make it in this industry. It's not all about email marketing and all that sort of thing. When you go to email marketing, you have to connect to them. And that is an example. Whether it's on social media and everything, you really have to be that people person. And being able to, invest in your core development. And in my trainings and everything, I go over a lot of that on how to be that positive person. And whether you think it's all hype, but to be that person that radiates that positive thinking, that positive inspiration. And people know me that way. And that's really, really powerful. And that's what you really need to do, is to be that same kind of person who has easily connect with people. And your business will go up and up and up and up. I'll guarantee you, because it did mine. So that's what I really wanted to say to you guys. And we will cover more in later sessions.